Hey Chaparral Chemistry students, it's Mr. Etter again. I just want to walk you through today's lab, the measurement lab with significant figures and density. This really is a unit review lab. Everything in this should be review. The beginning here, part one, is measurement and sig figs. The questions are pretty straightforward, asking you about sig figs. I will let you work through those on your own. Make sure when you do a calculation, like division, you pay attention to the least number of sig figs. You'll see a diagram here, this image. Make sure you estimate one digit as well when you read from a measuring device. But as we come down here, here's where I want to show you is part two, measuring density and identifying a substance. There's a video here. You can, like the last lab, play the video. And as this video plays, one thing to notice, they did not zero out the balance. The balance is not zero. You will want to record the mass of the graduated cylinder. If we keep playing it forward, they will pour the substance in, and they pause. That's when you should pause the video and record your data for liquid 1. You will collect data on 5 trials for liquid 1, and then there's also a second liquid that you will try to identify. The way to get to that second liquid, click Change, click Liquid 2, and then Load. So now it loads, you play the video. Once again, notice they do not zero out the balance, so you should record that mass of the graduated cylinder. Also notice there's water in here. We are not talking about the water, as you will read. They include water because the unknown substance they pour in would stick to the glass if they did not have water. You can see the substance as they pour it in here. Is this unknown liquid, it's the silver. So record the volume of the silver liquid in that graduated cylinder. As we scroll down, I already populated some data in. This is just made up data. You will need to enter your data, but one thing to note, there's the volume that you recorded. Make sure you record to the correct number of significant digits based on the graduated cylinder used. The total mass is the mass that the balance reads. The fluid mass is the mass of the liquid by itself. Remember, they did not zero out the balance. Then there's trial 2 off to the right side. Trial 2, volume, once again, liquid 2's mass, and then the actual mass of the liquid in the third column. When you scroll down, you see a graph here of the data. This is total mass of trial 1 versus fluid mass of trial 1. And you will answer questions with this graph. I want to call your attention to the fact that you can change this to liquid number 2. So you would want to change it to total mass of trial 2 and click done. You want to change the x-axis to fluid mass, right? The total mass, or sorry, the mass of the fluid, not the mass of the fluid in a graduated cylinder. So click done, and now we have our data from the second set. I know it looks just like the last one. That's because this graph it auto scales. So there's questions about density and slope, very similar to our last lab. Tell us what the unknown substances are, lock your answers, and you are finished with today's lab. Please let your instructor know if you have any questions.